All right, so Marvin Mims is off the board with the last pick of the second round, going over to the Denver Broncos, which is just a absolutely fantastic landing spot for him, if you ask me. Marvin Mims out of Oklahoma. Through this draft process, we've had two of our own here at DD that have been very, very high on Marvin Mims, and now it has come to fruition. He's gotten second round draft capital,
Who?
and now
Wow.
you're looking at Marvin Mims out of Oklahoma.
Wow.
Obviously, 5'11, 183 pounds. He came in bigger than what we suspected he might, which was huge for his stock and even, our personal opinions of him. He ran a 4.38 40. He's in the 94th percentile wide receivers in the 40-yard dash. His burst score was in the 91st percent. So this is a guy that has a lot of speed. Last year at Oklahoma, he had 54 receptions in 13 games, totaling 1,083 yards on a 22% target share, and he had 6 receiving touchdowns to go along with 200 special teams yards. So Marvin Mims, talk about his fit with the Denver Broncos and how he's going to kind of throw a wrench through that receiver room, because I really do.
Yeah,
I really do think it's going to change some
this is
things
huge.
in Denver.
I think this is going to push Cortland Sutton out the door. So we've heard whispers this offseason that Sean Payton might want to be moving off of Jerry Judy. I don't think Marvin Mims is that guy to push Judy out the door. I think they'd be more complementary pieces than say like Marvin Mims and Cortland Sutton. So Cortland Sutton we've always thought is overrated. Turns out he was going into 2022. We called that. Marvin Mims is Simon and I called our shot on this one. We said he was greater than Josh Downs. Um, did I actually think that was going to happen in terms of draft capital? I mean, in my dreams, but here we are now, and he got second round draft capital, which is even higher than I ever would have expected. He had 20 yards per reception his junior season. His sophomore season, he had 22 yards per reception. So really, at first glance, on paper, you're like, okay, this guy is going to be a field stretcher to complement Jerry Jeudy. And while I see that, I would also look for Marvin Mims to be a little more versatile than people might first believe. He did show it in his film. He demonstrated it in his film. He has a knack for, as small as he is, he has a knack for getting around the corner and finding a way to get the ball in contested catch situations. And that really bodes well for him and his opportunity in the red zone specifically. He definitely, I really liked his route running. I really liked what he could do even in the short and intermediate game. While it wasn't as consistent or often as, his big playability, I think it's there. And I think Sean Payton really likes that and is going to want to build off that in Denver.
Yeah, I mean, this is, again, like Nathan said, this is something that could probably push Cortland Sutton out of the door. He's going to contend with Jerry Jeudy for targets pretty easily, in my opinion. I don't think there's been a super dominant wide receiver in Denver since, I don't even know. I mean, it's been a long time.
The door is wide open for Marvin
It's
Mims. Like
it's
I'm
wide
not
open,
kidding.
man.
This I don't know what the sky is, but the sky is the limit, I think, for Marvin
And
Mims
and
in
for Marvin
Denver. I
Mims, I
think it
mean,
is.
I think his ceiling is going to be a wide receiver 2 in Dynasty. I don't ever see him like becoming a wide receiver 1. And so if he reaches that wide receiver 2 status in Dynasty,
You are feeling pretty good. Yeah.
that's pretty good. I mean, like,
Yeah.
especially, getting borderline third round draft capital, just getting inside the second round. I mean, that's what we're kind of seeing for those guys. If you're getting to be a wide receiver 2 Dynasty, that's pretty good. So that's probably going to be his ceiling. And I would say his floor is pretty high, especially in that situation in Denver. Right now, from a ranking standpoint, I mean, it's hard to say with these guys, but I mean, pretty comfortably probably in the top 36 receivers right now. So
Yeah.
that's pretty good, honestly. I mean, that's you're starting 3 receivers in a 12-man league. That means Marvin Mims might be getting in as in your starting lineup, actually. And honestly, I could see that. Marvin Mims, now a guy that could potentially also sneak up into the late first round of Dynasty rookie drafts in 2023. Where are you comfortable taking Marvin Mims in Dynasty rookie drafts?
Uh, with the landing spot of Zach Charbonnet no higher than the 110 right now.
So you would take him at the 110.
I would be very comfortable taking him at the 110.
Interesting. I think I'd be comfortable taking him more early second. I still think if Josh Downs and Jalen Hyatt go here within the next 10 picks and they get better
Again,
landing spots,
we got to see. Yeah, we got to
but
see how high these running
it's
backs
going to
go
be
in the third
interesting. Yeah, and
rounds.
the running
I
backs could
mean,
also throw things through a loop here.
Tajay Spears, Izzy
Phillies on
Abanikanda.
the clock. They could pick a running back. So it'll be interesting. But right
Yeah.
now, it's looking good for Marvin Mims. It's looking good for Nathan and Simon as he gets the draft capital, as he gets the landing spot. And now he's going to look to make an immediate impact on the Denver Broncos and potentially on our fantasy team. An exciting time for Marvin Mims owners. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to Dynasty Domain. We're going to have content coming out tonight on all the top prospects that are selected and throughout the offseason as we break down this just loaded 2023 rookie class. extremely star-studded at the top. So make sure you're subscribed so you get all that as well. We'll be back on tonight as we continue doing these prospect analysis videos. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you in a minute.